Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Today we're going to be playing with the Glimmering Christmas Flora, which is the July Glimmer of the month. And this is super pretty. It is all Christmas themed, so we are continuing on with our Christmas in July with Spellbinders theme. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. I'm already have my Glimmer plate heating up, and it is ready for me to put the start button on. But you know what? I don't have my foil cut yet. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm taking out my quick trimmer and some green foil. So I think for the first one, and I'll probably do more than one card because you know what? It's glimmer foil and I love my foil. And I do want this to cover an A2 size card base. So that is right at 5 inches going that way. So I am going to cut it basically going horizontal. You can move your trimmer going whichever direction you want to, so you have the blade going right there. I'm also going to use the blades that come with it, and making sure I'm going to use the foil blade. I do not use the paper blade on my foil, and I don't use my foil blade on my paper because I don't want to dull this blade. That's why you have two different ones. Okay, so let me go ahead and move this all the way down to the 1 so I know I've got it for the right width. And I'm going to cut this at 5 inches. There we go. And I've already got some card panels cut as well. So I'll go ahead and just add that all to my glimmer system and let that all heat up nicely. So we do have the right width. Okay, so we're going to want this to be shiny side down facing the foil plate. And of course, and it looks like I did trim it a little bit too short. So I'm going to try getting it just right to the edge there. It's okay if there's a little bit not showing, that'll be fine. And I do have this pretty much centered, holding it in place so it doesn't move around while I pull out my thin shim and spacer pad. Okay, and now I can just hit the timer, and when that goes off, it's all ready to go through my die cutting machine. So let's take a look. And I think that turned out very pretty. There is a little bit of overfoiling, and I can take care of that with an eraser. And I have a nice piece here that I can use on another project. I can use the waste foil. So next I'm going to add a little color using some Spectrum Noir markers. I've got pine cones and berries and a little bit of greenery, so I'm picking colors that will go along great with that. Let's start off with our little pine cones. I've got 3 shades of brown. It's my TN 5, 7, and 8. The 8, of course, is the darkest. I'm just going to add a little bit of color in for that. And you can do as much or as little as you want here, and it doesn't matter that you're going over the foil, because the foil resists the color. So this is still going to look awesome. Then I'll just bring out a little bit of this medium tone. And again, these images are so small that it really doesn't matter a whole lot. I just wanted to give a little bit of color to go along with that pretty green foil. And now I'll just fill in the rest of this and kind of blend out all of those other darker colors. And you can still see everything perfectly fine. That foil is still nice and shiny, and it was not damaged at all by my alcohol markers. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up all of the rest of the coloring on this, and basically just doing the exact same thing. So I've got several panels now, all colored up and foiled and all the good things. Now I'm trimming everything down. I've taken out my Fluted Classics rectangles and already did a little bit of fluted frames for the background, but I also want to go ahead and cut out my image here. I'm going to make it smaller than the A2 so that you'll be able to see that fluted edging. So there we go. We have a nice image there, and now we can put it on one of the frames. Now I did go ahead and do green, red, and white, so I'd have a little bit of variety so we can see which one I like the best. You could definitely do this as a flat card, but you know what? I love having that little bit of dimension, and the foam tape isn't really all that thick, so it's not going to cause a problem going through the mail. I'm going to put the background fluted frames down onto card base. So I'm lining everything up with my desk. So the desk is going to be my straight edge for the top. And then I can get everything laid down. And then I can go back and trim anything excess, like on this one, anything excess off. And I decided I wanted the one that has the green foil to go on red. So I'll go ahead and take the release paper off and put that one down. And we're going to line it right up in the center of the card so that fluted frame edging all shows. I also did a couple more. Yeah, whenever I do any foiling, I have to do a few panels. So I did a couple more that I colored in the same colors, but these are ones done in silver foil. And I decided to fussy cut those out. I actually had a couple of ideas. One was to layer our fussy cut images up and create a different focal point. And then I decided, you know, that's so pretty. I'm just going to do another one. I can always make some more later. So I'm just going to place this one right down in the center of my card. There we go. And it's popped up on a little bit of foam. And I've also got some sentiments already cut out and hot foiled as well. There are a couple of different sentiments in this set. One is this lovely Merry Christmas. And that's the one I'm using for all of my cards today. So you can either pop them up on foam or you can lay them on there flat. Now I'm going to add my little sentiments. I've got them popped up on some foam. I'm just going to add one to each of my cards here. And that is going to finish up this card video for today. You guys have a wonderful day. Be sure to check out this playlist to see more projects where I'm using Spellbinders products, and keep an eye out for the rest of my Christmas in July series. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.